Alright. Job it. Not at all. Yeah, not whatsoever.
Oh, I gotta send you the video from Rax. He summed it up like perfectly.
It like, okay, their seasonal power stuff is basically the same thing every season. It's just different themes. It's just like random
Yeah.
proc based shit that doesn't change my gameplay. And there's always a mid-season nerf to whatever is performing well, pretty much. And I just think that's garbage. So I just there aren't any like real chase items. Like even the way that you acquire your randomly procking stuff is like through random events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Random events to randomly get a chance to randomly proc a random effect. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, that's super fun.
And you can see why they do it is to keep you engaged in playing, right? And I don't know. I have a lot of other issues with it that are more minor than that. Like, like I don't know that. I think their battle pass is pretty underpriced compared to other companies that are out there. So like, I don't really care. Their battle pass is like $5 or $6 a season. It's not really that expensive. But it's like even the rewards in the battle pass are pretty shit. Like the cosmetics are awful.
Yeah.
Like
Not even worth it
the
for the
only
price.
yeah, and like the only reason I ever get the battle pass is so that I can level up faster because you get like a little bit of an experience boost from it. I think not even that much. Like I don't.
Oh, if you get the jump started battle pass.
Oh right. Um. Yeah. It like they haven't really added anything innovative to the game since like season 4 with the tempering, and even the tempering is all random bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, as how Diablo 3 was with crafting was fine.
Yeah.
You just like keep recrafting until you get what you want. Yeah. But like now where it's
Oh,
like,
because you have max charges on your temper.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's only a certain amount of tempers you can do. You can't just spam tempering until you're out of gold.
Yeah. You can't even do that, which would be frustrating enough. But it's like the tempering, like, the thing that you want is part of like two other things on there that you don't. And you can blow all of your tempering on just one thing. Like, oh, well, I blew all my charges, so like now I don't even get a second temper, and the one that I have is bad.
Yeah.
Like, this weapon's trash now. Oh, but
Not
champion,
if,
you can do the raid. It's like, I don't want to do the fucking raid.
no one wants to do the
I don't want
raid.
to do the fucking like I'm gonna do the raid so that I can like get a scroll that undoes like my shitty tempering. Oh, phenomenal. Like what a reward. Like it's like you're making me do things
Have
I
to
don't
find
want to
someone
do.
else.
Yeah.
Like if you could solo the raid, different story.
It's like I don't why are we
If
trying to make it a thing? Like I don't
one of the
understand.
NPCs came in, so that they would like they wouldn't do much damage or anything, but they would like stand on the spots that you need a second person to stand on,
Yeah.
so you can do it solo. I'd be fine with the raid. But making the raid a mandatory two-person is just ridiculous. It's an ARPG.
Mhm.
Nothing should require a group. And at the same time, you should be able to do everything with a group.
True.
It, scale up, so it's more health, more reward.
which is how it's always been for ARPGs.
Yeah,
Like you know, if you're playing solo, that like okay, I'm gonna get like my drops aren't gonna be as good.
yeah.
But like you have the option at least. Like
But yeah, like everything is solo, and you still get all the drops.
yeah.
If you like run with a group, you'll get some more drops,
Hmm.
but it's not like you're not getting gear because you're solo.
Right.
I sent you that Rax video to your Discord. You gotta watch it.
Yeah. Well, I like okay. There's a lot in ARPGs that I do enjoy doing solo. But yeah, there are times when I definitely want to play with my friends, but like I don't want to play with like to do a raid. I want to push pits. Like I want to
Yeah,
right? Like there's other in-game stuff that I want to do. Also, I don't want to engage with your overworld at all whatsoever, any capacity. Like so stop trying to make it a thing. I don't understand. ARPGs are not MMOs. Like and I think
yeah,
part of Diablo's problem is like they can't commit one way or the other. It's like, okay, if you guys want this to be an MMO or ARPG, then you've got to really redesign your whole game, which at this point, like save that for D5 or whatever. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. And then they're just like they're half-assed about the direction they want to go because clearly when it came out, in my opinion, they were trying to make it more like D2 in a lot of ways. Like it was harder, slower slog. But then like they didn't have any of the loot designed yet where it was like that was part of the thing with D2 is like you could be playing for days, hours, weeks, months maybe, and then you get like the god drop on something you really need and it just opens up all your gameplay and you become like a genocidal lunatic just like clearing screens. But like D4 there wasn't.
that's how ARPGs are though.
Yeah.
The more time you put in, the more overpowered your character is.
Yeah. Right.
Like if you want to no life it,
Mm-hmm.
like if you want to no life it for a weekend and just like whatever 57 hours straight
Sure.
of like grinding,
Yeah.
and then you're done. You're like you beat everything, you got every boss, you're fully geared out. That's what's the harm in that, you know?
Dude, I
If
think
that's
that
how
way.
you want
There's
to play the
so
game,
many companies right now don't understand that. Like,
if that's how you want to play the game, awesome. Don't like that's what an ARPG is. The more time you invest, the stronger you are. And that's how every game should be.
yeah,
The more time you put into a game, the stronger, the better at the game you should be. You you shouldn't be trying to like pander so like the person who starts today is just as good as me who's been playing for 20 years.
yeah. I hate that shit.
Same.
No, I really do. Like I
Don't.
I hate it. I hate it in WoW. Like I
Talking about black people.
it,
Yeah,
well, I
obviously.
I mean, we're saving that for the meeting. No. No, it's like okay, the like in the beginning of the season that they crest cap you. I don't like that. I think
Yeah,
it's fucking stupid. Like, I think the existence of Valor Stones in general actually are fucking stupid, but that's another conversation. They don't need to exist. There's no reason. If you're gonna cap our crest, like, what is the point of the Valor Stones?
It should
yeah.
just be crests.
It should just be crest. Like, why is there a secondary currency? The only time I ever notice this when I'm annoyed that I'm out of it.
Because fuck you, that's why.
It's because they want us to engage with the fucking overworld. That's why. Like, okay, you had to go do this like meaningless trivial bullshit. I used to love daily quests. There was a time where I really did. I was like, oh, daily quests, this is fun.
Well, when they were like interesting and fun and unique,
Yeah.
it wasn't bad to do them. Like, go out, do a few, you get a little bit of nonsense, you do some like fun little weird things.
I got so many cool mounts out of Legion from the Paragon boxes.
Yeah.
And like that was actually part of the drive sometimes to do the daily quest, because like after you capped out for rep, then it's the same now, but it's like it kind of the rep requirements are crazier for your Paragon box. Like you probably have everybody probably right now, if they press U, probably has like 16 unclaimed Paragon boxes,
I definitely do not.
because you got to go to the
Oh,
goddamn
one.
the quartermaster. I'm gonna look at it right now. Actually, reputation. Yes, actually, I have one. I have one for the Cartels of Undermine on my paladin. Um, but yeah, I don't know. But I never in Legion. I never felt forced to have to go engage with the overworld. I just did it on my own because I felt like it.
Yeah.
But then you and me know that changed a lot in BFA.
Oh yeah.
Because you had to get like I don't remember for what reason, but you had to get all your reps maxed. Like, and they were character specific, so they weren't account bound. Oh god, they just absolutely sold us so much bullshit in BFA. Like it's criminal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ian should be on trial for that.
It was just so many lies. Absolutely awful.
Well, they had me sold because of that banger of a cinematic, man. I was like,
Oh, well,
you remember that we were talking about? I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be so good.
everything
Shadowlands? Yeah.
leading up to
For BFA, yeah.
Oh, BFA, yeah.
everything leading up to BFA was like amazing. This grand, like we're going back to like Horde versus Alliance,
Yeah.
PvP styles, and
And then the bullshit.
oh, like oh, Warfronts are gonna be the best. We're gonna put so much into Warfronts, and Warfronts are gonna be so Warfronty. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, we're done with Warfronts. That didn't work.
Got it. And then they kind of they absolutely actually made them mandatory. I don't remember what reason, but it's like you had to do them.
Oh yeah,
And I don't
you had to do at least a certain amount just to like.
I don't
get
remember
the
why though.
currency to do a thing.
I think yeah, it had to do with the currency that you got, but I don't remember for what reason. But it's like that's the expansion. They got rid of all the artifacts. They got rid of the tier sets. And they're like, oh, you're gonna have Azerite armor, and it's gonna be just like blah 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 bullshit. Yeah, and then it's like also you got to do like fucking five islands or 3 islands on your character every week for your neck progression. And then they didn't have the shit balanced in the beginning, and it's like, well, you know, okay, so this piece of Azerite armor from this dungeon or whatever was my bis last week. Now it's dumpster gear. Like
The
it's
first season of BFA, or that first week
yeah.
of the first season of BFA was my Vogue's best parses for that entire season.
Oh, they kept fucking you. They kept fucking
Yeah.
kneecapping you, dude. They
Right.
just like, it was just like a
way,
gradual fucking just like slow
We're not
kneecapping.
even just nerfing your best in slot Azerite trait. We are deleting it. It is no longer there. Like, oh, okay. Well, now I need a whole new set of gear for week 2. Grinding the fuck out of that, trying to get the right.
And you
Azerite
can only
parse.
reset your
Oh, yeah.
your
By the
Azerite
way,
like power at the specific vendor in your capital city, and it was increasing in cost exponentially each time that you did it. Like you remember like watching like the world first streams of like Method and shit, and like fucking I don't like you know, obviously in retrospect kind of a bad guy, but like watching Josh Priest like have to continuously go back to the fucking to that vendor, it's like his cost for the reset on his fucking talents, like getting up into like millions upon millions of gold. It's man. Oh, so many decisions that were just so awful in that game or in that
they
expansion.
just kept doubling down on everything that was failing.
Shadowlands was them doubling down on all the bad shit. They're like, yeah, well, and also we're gonna have the neck, and it's gonna be great. And it's like, just trash. Like the
Forget to do your islands.
yeah, the neck was the equivalent to the fucking circlet, except it had this huge intricate upgrade system. It was no different than the fucking ring that you get on Siren Isle. And it had
Except you had to like grind for
you
like hours.
grind your ass off to get your shitty like
Alright,
5%
max
passive.
level for your neck is 45. Alright, this week it's going up to 50. Alright, now it's up to 55.
And you couldn't get ahead because like they would allow you to get so much Azerite power, and then they'd soft cap it, and it's like, okay, well you could run 27,000 islands, but you're only gonna get like 15 Azerite power.
Yeah.
It was such bullshit, man. God damn, I fucking hated Blizzard at that time so hard. But I went along with it, and then they were like, yeah, we're gonna do the same thing in Shadowlands except like harder. I was like, yeah, no, I'm done. I'm legit actually done.
You can craft your uniques.
Yeah, and then we solved the system. It was like,
Gotta do
okay,
the Chore test.
you got to do the Torghast thing. You gotta like purchase these like super expensive items. And also
Like, one of the key mechanics for your expansion is being like called chore gas. You should probably realize you fucked up.
and the lore was bad.
There was no lore. There was no lore. It wasn't just bad. It was non-existent. It was just like a whole bunch of retcon bullshit.
Oh yeah, okay. So it was worse than bad. It was like god awful. Yeah, because they retconned all of fucking Wrath. Right? Remember that expansion you guys really liked? It was
That's
really the
all
jailer.
wrong.
Yeah. Oh my god, man. Okay. I don't, how they ever okayed that? And they're just like, yeah, sure. Let's just go ahead and desecrate the church. Like, let's, like, what the fuck? And then their finality is like what?
Childhood hero? He's a pedophile.
Pretty much, yeah. And then they turn Arthas into a fucking gem slot, and they never explain the jailer's motivations, and neither is he. Something worse is coming or whatever. Like Belilar did the breakdown of like he had like 360 voice lines, some of which were pathetic. One word. Like, and for some reason Sylvanas is working for him for reasons that are never really fleshed out, or I don't even. If you go by what they're saying now, her whole purpose was to break the cycle of death. Or whatever. I don't even. It doesn't even make sense because she starts out with saying this world is a prison, and then she's like working actively to like try to imprison it's okay. None of it fucking makes any sense whatsoever.
So that makes tons of sense.
Oh yeah.
You just don't understand the 72D chat.
I fucking clearly don't, man. Wish somebody would explain it.
It's Rick and Morty, bro.
Rick and Morty is.
High IQ to understand it.
I never get that from that show. It's just like, I just think it's funny. Sylvanas is neither of those things. I don't.
Like Rick and Morty, it's funnier if you like it. Like you just need a little bit of knowledge, and it makes it funnier. It's not like you need a fucking PhD in nonsensicals to be able to enjoy Rick and Morty, and you needed a PhD in fucking nonsense to understand Sylvanas.
Yeah, well, and they kept telling us, oh, we're going to give you a reason why she burned down the tree, and then it was like kind of half-assed, didn't really make sense. It was full of holes. It's like, okay.
No, we retconned something, and that's why.
Yeah, we retconned something off-screen in this like fucking novel that nobody read. Amazing. Like, me and Cowboy were in here one night trying to figure out who the fucking leader of Ironforge was. And ChatGPT like couldn't even give us a definitive answer. Like,
Like currently,
yeah, Yeah, actually, I still have the transcript of this conversation with ChatGPT. It's hilarious. Who rules Ironforge? It says by King Magni. The
Yeah, but isn't Magni like a ghost of his former self?
yes. Yeah, I got more into it, but it didn't save the entire conversation. And then I asked who rules the Horde currently in WoW, right? Consists of notable leaders. Bane, Lorthamar, Thrall, Thalisra, G Firepaw, everybody's favorite Pandaren. Remember all those quests we had with G Firepaw? Because I don't.
Yeah, when you do your first panda.
Yeah, if
She's
you
the
don't
Horde.
start it like the Trial Island.
Yeah. Okay, I've never made a Pandaren, so like
Missing out on the lore, bro.
But like that's part of why I hate the Trial Island. Like it makes sense and I'm fine with it, but like
no, like to me, one of the best things about the game is the starting area for your specific race.
yeah.
Yeah. I still watch the little intro with the narrator guy. Like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I watch it every time. Yeah, I don't know. I wish we...
All day.
Yeah. I still love it, though. I don't know. Nostalgia vibes, probably. But, like, I wish we got to focus more on, like, the leadership and stuff instead of just, like, why is it always another fucking world-ending threat from some evil guy in space?
Yeah.
I was talking to... I was questioning that with, like, because I really wanted to know, okay, why is Altath working with Gallywix, or the goblins in general? Oh, because of the black blood. I'm like, yeah. I mean,
What tie do the goblins have to the Black Blood?
it's like Azerite. Big mega power.
So they just like happen to find every single new resource.
It's better if you don't question it.
Like, you know what I'm saying though?
Yeah, yes.
They find the Azurite. And they're like, oh, the goblins are trying to take control of this like brand new resource we just found. And Zaltath's like, oh, I need to side with the goblins because they're finding a new resource.
Like, okay, so that's my thing about Zaltath is like she couldn't find a more reliable ally to help her get the black blood.
Yeah.
Like, if we're to believe everything about Zaltath, she's like this Omega level, like world-ending goddess of murder and destruction, kind of. But like she has to work with Gallywix. Who gives a fuck about the goblins?
It's racist.
It is.
I agree.
I mean, like they're. I don't know. And part of that's shitty writing because they could make the goblins interesting, but they don't. Like, it's just like, oh look, yeah, it's fucking basically Azerite. Let's just mine it up, boys. And then they do, and then oh, it turns out this is really terrible. And there won't be any consequences. Like, I don't know. I've been so mad at the lore in this game for so long.
I used to love the lore.
Same. Loved it.
Like at first, I couldn't care less about it because I was too young.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I started paying attention to it, it was amazing. Loved it. But now they're just like, yeah, let's just fucking retcon everything. Patch it all together with retconning. And you just don't understand.
Off-screen and alternative media. Like, cool.
Like, why is this way? Oh, you just don't understand. Okay.
Yeah, we don't understand because you haven't explained it at all. Like,
No, we don't understand because you don't even understand.
they're still figuring it
Writing
out.
the lore this way,
Yeah,
you
they'll give us a
know
reason
what
eventually.
direction you're going. Oh,
I honestly, like, I swear to God, it feels like they're setting up the return of the jailer. It feels that way.
And that he was actually a good guy all along.
Or that he was right. I really think that that's the direction they're going.
Something like that.
I swear to God. Because we're getting the return of the Locust Walker, and he's like being all manipulating Illyria, which, wow, didn't see that coming. And but he's feeling guilty about it, and I don't know. We're working with Zaltath next patch as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we are. It's
Now it's Leslie trying to murder us all for 2 seasons now. And I'm like, oh, we should team up.
why is our player character the dumbest fucking person in the existence of history ever?
Yeah.
I don't. I know I bring this up all the time, but the quest where you find all the sigils and Shadowlands, and then you bring him directly into like the jailer's fucking house, like his little home or whatever, and even your character is like, I don't think it's a good idea. The guy's like, nonsense, just like brushes you aside, and then oh no, you get ambushed by like the jailer's goons, and they steal your sigils. And then we like never learn anything else about the sigils. Like they're super important, but then they never come back up again. Same with the oath stones. That's something Bella talks about all the time. No one remembers the fucking oath stones. Exactly. It was exactly. Yeah. I think it had something to do. That was part of how our player was able to just go in and out of the maw. Mawa. Yeah, Mawa. Which, like, apparently everybody, their mom can just freely go in and out of the jail, out of the maw.
It was a very bad jail.
It was not very good.
Jailer out.
Yeah, he just moves about everywhere freely. I'm glad I didn't really play that expansion.
This is some fucking bullshit.
The zones looked really good though. Yeah.
For Shadowlands?
Yeah. Well,
It wasn't. I liked the spin on the zones.
yeah, I liked Revendreth a lot.
They did like a disconnected
Mhm.
like hellscape or whatever.
But lore-wise for sure. I mean, Legion's my favorite. I don't know. It just yeah.
The Legion lore flowed right up until Argus, where it definitely just felt rushed.
Yeah. I think that content was meant to I think Argus was meant to be larger than it ended up being. And that there was going to be more there than there was. But I even felt like there was just more happening in Legion overall. Like, 'cause don't you start out Legion and like Velen's child dies? His son or whatever? I can't remember. I think
You started off Legion and what's his name died? The king of.
well, yeah. I mean, yes.
Variant.
Varian, yeah.
Varian.
The most Giga Chad of all Giga Chads.
Yeah.
And then his son just wanders around crying and moping
Yeah.
forever. That's pretty cool.
This is what we're doing now. Okay.
Yeah. And then it's just family. Family. Like the ending cinematic of fucking Dragonflight is just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god.
Where is the edge in this game, man?
Go bad.
Towers, friends, main.
Well, it's like, well, we did give you edge with Sylvanas, yet nobody likes that edge at all. You just don't like her because she's a strong female. No, that has nothing to do with it. It's just like she's just so horribly written. They did do a good female story arc, I felt like, with Jaina. I thought that was a great arc. But they write all their other women.
Started off great.
What's up?
I thought Jaina's like started off great, and then it kind of just like fucking.
I don't want them to always choose to forgive and forget, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Remember, like, in the, what was it, the Warbringer cinematic where she, like, unearths her father's sunken ship and she's, like, using it to fucking fly around? Like, no, I wanted, like, murderous, angry Jaina. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's part of the issue, too, is I feel like the stakes are never really there. Unless you're a troll war chief and then, you know, you have about 10 seconds of screen time. Right. Then we just summarily execute you.
Oh, War Chief, you're dead.
You're just dead. So everybody watch out if Zappy Boy ends up taking the lead. Well, we know who's dying next. Yeah. Okay, and when Tyrande has Sylvanas between her fucking warglaives, she should have decapitated her. That should have been it. And we could have even had Tyrande be the next villain. Whatever. I'm fine with that.
Well, if we had killed Jaina,
Actually
Okay.
killed her.
like actually killed her in the Battle for Xyloam,
Yeah.
Shadowlands would have made a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
You know, because like we kill Jaina, and then so now the Horde is like mad, and they're like keeping that anger rolling. Like, let's take out Darnassus too,
There you go.
and they'd be like on Sylvanas' side instead of just being like, "Don't do that, Sylvanas. This is madness." Nah, I feel like it. Burn the whole fucking tree.
Yeah. There should have been more.
Actually, that was going into BFA.
There should have been more conversation about that too, like between the horde leaders. Like, I loved the BFA cinematics though with Sourfang, especially. I thought they were great. That well, most of the cinematics for BFA were gnarly. Like they were really good. But I felt like we just like there's no discussion about this stuff ever. Like
The
we,
cinematics were very much Horde versus Alliance.
yeah. Oh, that like I said, that first one was like fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I was really hoping we were gonna get that same like flavor out of that expansion. And then with the jank bullshit though, it's like okay, well, what we were Alliance at that time, and we were on Organon, which was I assumed that had to be a majorly Alliance server.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. So you turn your war mode on, and oh well, now we're gonna shard you,
Yeah.
and then they're gonna shard you in ways that are totally like you're just it's so dumb. It's like okay, we're gonna shard you into a zone that has like 87% fucking horde and like 13% alliance. Oh,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll just go fuck myself.
and they would like. I felt like also the shards at that time would just like randomly change. So you'd be in a shard and then it's just like they felt like there was an imbalance and they'd move you to another one.
Oh, it was bad. Like,
Yeah.
There were actually add-ons at one point. I don't know if it's the same time you're talking, but there were add-ons at one point to, like, you click the button, and it would just like put you into an auto-accept group on a different shard,
Yeah.
and you could like change shards mid-combat. Like you start getting fucked up in war mode, and you just like click the button, and oh, different shard.
Oh, I remember.
Hi.
I remember that add-on. I had that.
Yeah.
I think majority of people probably did.
Like I was playing war mode, and like I started kicking someone's ass, and they just like phase out. And it's like, oh, sick.
You know, I don't know. It would maybe it was fair that we got sharded, but like, but no. At the same time, if I'm on Area 52 and I'm playing Horde at that time, which I wasn't, but if I was, it's like I would expect that we have an overwhelming like imbalance here for war mode. I kind of thought maybe the purpose of that was to try to get like more engagement on other servers from other factions. Well, and then later on they decided to just smooth that all out because we're all friends now and we just hug and sing kumbaya. Which, like, it, what's the point of either?
Alliance all friends and happy and hunky dory.
We fucking shouldn't be though.
Until you decide to be in the open world. Now you can't party. You can't run a dungeon together. You can't.
How does okay? But how does war mode even make sense anymore if like we're all friends?
But we're not friends in the open world.
Specifically, if we click the button that says we're not friends.
We're only friends when we're all friends.
Family.
We're not all friends, and none of us are friends. It just doesn't make sense.
No. What I think would be a better workaround, since clearly this is, and they're not going to do this, like, at all. I mean, it's pretty clear. But, like, I feel like you should be able to declare your allegiance whenever you make a new character. Like, regardless of race. Like, okay, I realize I'm a night elf, but, like, I am a horde night elf. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. But they're not doing that, so. No. Yeah. And I think,
Make more sense than how it is now.
I don't even understand.
We can be in the same guild. We can run groups together as long as.
But you
it's
can't, but you can't.
invited group.
But you can't do time walking.
Do things
Unless you have a full group.
wild. No time walking.
The time walking thing is so strange to me. Like, this is the hill you're dying on? Like, we can run raid together. We can run M plus together. We can run pretty much every other form of content together.
Random content. Yeah.
But we can't, yeah. Peak. That's just peak. And to me, the time that it would have made sense for the cross-faction stuff would have been during BFA when they started to hemorrhage subscribers. Like, badly. Like, really badly. But I feel like in, like, Dragonflight, I feel like they had gained back enough of the trust and gotten most of their subscriber base back. So it's like, why introduce this now?
Yeah.
And if it's like, well, the imbalance of the racials, it's like, yeah, okay, man, but like, I don't know.
You can't have unique classes and races and specs, and also have everything be perfect.
Homogenous and perfectly balanced all the time.
Yeah. Just not a thing.
It's okay. And not everything has to be perfectly balanced. So I'm okay with that. But also, I think that means maybe you need to change some of your design. I don't know. And for them, changing design just means like you have non-interruptible fucking casts.
Yeah.
They can't be
Well,
CC'd.
you don't need kicks for these dungeons because you can't kick anything. These dungeons you don't need CCs because you can't CC anything. Oh, wow.
I don't know, if they wonder why certain things are the meta, it's not necessarily like the numbers sometimes. It's just like your dungeon design like
Yeah.
leans into it. And it's like next season it's like almost exclusively fucking magic damage, so tanks that are able to withstand magic damage are gonna have a better time. Like, you know, that's just the way it is. Which is probably what the warrior community is furious about the spell block being removed, but I think the changes to the tree though are going to make them really good for a very long time. I think eventually it's going to get nerfed because it was too good. But they might not have a good time next season, even though I'm going to bait it. Probably, or bear, one or the other.
Oh, whatever you main is gonna have a terrible time.
I mean,
It's just gonna be
that's what I'm saying. I watched a guy 2 chests to 17 rookery as a lightsmith paladin earlier today, so. I think they should be actively doing things to fucking communicate to the player that you don't necessarily have to play the most meta of meta things in order for it to work.
Yeah.
I don't know where people got that in their head that they have to play S tier everything all the time.
And instead of just like showcasing the most popular streamers that the most people are watching, they should try to like showcase the like niche groups.
Or maybe the guy that's timing
Off
15s,
that
16s, and
whatever.
17s.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like off meta groups that are timing reasonable content. Like, yeah, they're not doing like 23s or
Right.
whatever the fuck.
I assume I assume it's 23s now. I'm gonna look at it.
Like these guys are timing 18s, and they don't have any meta classes.
22s. And it's all the same dungeon. It's all Dark Flame.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
First person times a 22, and then everyone starts
It's
getting that
yeah.
dungeon until they time it.
The top 12 keys are Dark Flame.
Yeah.
And then Motherlode, and then Dark Flame, and then a bunch of more Motherlodes and Dark Flames. Wow, there's a 21 Baru. Oh man, that's kind of crazy. I figured Workshop would be up there, but probably, I guess not.
That last boss just takes.
This is
so
rough.
long.
Yeah. And he does so much damage.
I think someone timed a 22 workshop, but not on live server.
Ah. And then, you have to go to the top 125 before you get a variation in the tank. No, that's a lie, actually. It looks like you got Monk at 100, Warrior at 94, Monk again at 92. I think the Monk is actually the same player. It's Poa. How is it? Poo. Oh,
Just mentioned something.
it's all VDH. Which, that's not outlandish either. It usually ends up being one tank. And it makes sense for Dark Flame. Because this is essentially what they're timing for these super high keys, so. The healer is pretty. Oh, wow. I love that Ellesmere does what he does.
He's still on the Holy Palace?
He's timed a 22 Dark Flame on his H-Pal. There's like one H-Pal up here anywhere near this list, and it's all the same guy. Oh, I love Ellesmere. Because he just doesn't give a fuck. Unless when it's like really, really actually bad, then he'll switch over to red or he'll go prot.
Yeah, but he always plays Pally, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like, doesn't matter how bad.
Yeah, he's very
Like one of them
consistent
backs.
and good about that. I think he has more knowledge about the game than pretty much anybody playing. I know I've talked about that too. Like whenever he's running with his big dick groups where he's got Yoda as the tank and fucking I don't know huge Giga Blasters as DPS, like they really do defer to his, like whatever he says, like that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
This is sad though, man. I do wish there was a little more variation in the tanks than this. This is pretty. Although like it's been worse than this though. There's at least a little bit of representation from other tanks. Like in BFA, that whenever the Prot Warrior thing happened,
Oh yeah.
it was
Tanks.
what's up?
They need shaman tanks.
I think they just need more variation in their dungeons.
They need shaman tanks.
Yeah. They've been toying with us with shaman, the idea of shaman tanks since Burning Crusade.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have the Tinkerer first.
That sounds so lame, ununderstanding, completely boring to me.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be a new tank as well.
Bobus. We've got a mythic raid, boys.
Say what?
Oh, Mountain Thing.